but
It's a good
you're
one.
number 3 on the worst list. I'm sorry, girl.
Number
We're on to the top 2, girl.
mine. We've already hit Jen Shaw. I just so desperate, ridiculous. I don't think she's gotten it one bit. I think she's like Todd Chrisley, who continues from behind bars to talk about what a victim he is. Again, I go so hard for Jen and Tom Girardi, because after talking to one of Jen Shaw's victims, I mean, to do that, knowingly do that, and how narcissistic and selfish Jen Shaw is when you have, again, I think it's one thing to act a certain way when you don't have children, but when you have kids of any age that need you, and for you to pull the shit that she did with a child that I think she's got like a 16-year-old son, high school is like so important. Fuck her. I just think, and Coach Shaw is just as much of a mess, like on there with all the birthday love and
Talking to the media. Ugh.
Yeah, I know. They're just so desperate, and it's fabulous to see the show thriving without her.
I agree. It's better than ever. I think season 3 was horrible. My number 2 is man, what a fall from fucking grace. You were the Michael fucking Jordan of goddamn Housewives, and now you are beyond confused. Bethany fucking Frankel. Number 2, having a bad year.
Oh.
She was on your list. I'm shocked she was so lower on your list. I think Bethany's my number 2 worst of. Look, pick a lane instead. Here's the thing. If I believed the reality reckoning was real and legitimate, and that was it now, that was the cause, and you were there, she might be on my best of list. Finally, a woman who is speaking out against the toxicity of Bravo. Sounds like a woman named David Yontef has been speaking that for 4 years. I've been saying about the reality reckoning over here for 4. I don't believe. And now there's this rumor, that Vanity Fair called up. They called up Jill Zarin. She was in the article. When they dialed around, hey, Ebony, hey, Leah, hey, everybody, Brandy. I heard this rumor now that they called Bethany, and Bethany said, oh, I'm getting ahead of that. I'm going to come out with a reckoning before the Vanity Fair article. That's what I heard, that she stole the idea from getting a call from Vanity Fair, and she deemed it the reckoning with all her money and all the lawyers. Sarah is looking at me like, what the fuck are you talking about? You can't see. Hi, Sarah, we're doing an expose, and she hangs up. Lawyers, I am going to come up with this before the article, and I am going to be the hero. You can't see Bethany doing that?
I couldn't agree with you. I couldn't agree with you more. I could not agree with you.
Right? I think she hijacked the reckoning, but even if not, I believe Bethany, the reason she's number 2, I think this is a woman confused I think she is taking everything and throwing it against the wall. We have 13 podcasts, be this, be that, be this one's 10, and just throwing it all against the wall. Well, I interviewed Jill Zarin. Well, that was big. What can I do? Okay, here, this one, that one, and just throwing it against the wall and seeing what will stick. And that is a far fall from the Michael Jordan of Housewives, who was above it all. I'm okay if you're not above it all. Just admit it's all a money grab. You have a podcast. You want to talk about Housewives. I don't even think she knows what she's doing. And again, fame in this world, yes, fame opens doors. But let me tell you something. Money opens doors. When you walk into a room and nobody knows who you are, and you're not famous, and you'll never be famous, and you have $75 million, the restaurant parts the parts the red carpet, and there's your table, and there's this. People bow down and kiss your ass when you have money. You don't need fucking fame. Just go live a great, wonderful life. Your fiance is cute. He seems like the nicest guy in the world. You need all this? And I guess that's even okay, but I find that sad. I think she's so confused. I think she's confused. Number 2, Sarah. I'm sorry. Number 2.
I love it. What a great take. Well, my number 1 is a former housewife, and I'm actually going to include her husband because I think he's a clown as well. I'm going Kim and Kroy Biermann. You also had them on your list. I think they are number 1 for the worst. I think they have tried to make whatever stage of their divorce and financial mess into something. They've thought that they were so clever. I mean, for and I bundle him because for them to go back and forth where she removed her Bierman as her last name on her Instagram, then re-added it. I mean, they've had photo ops where they're at church. He's as much of a clown show as she is. For your own daughter to be paying your light bill when you had millions of dollars, but you chose to live well above your means, a gambling addiction that went unchecked. Again, when you have children, and an addiction is hard because I know it's something you can't turn off the brain. I mean, I always say the lowest depth of misery is addiction because you would never want to live in an addict's brain. It's so hard for them to turn it off. But I think, again, these people have no fucking humility. Like they never go, shit, I've really fucked. Like, I don't think Kim's even at her rock bottom. I don't think, and I mean, how I would think personally, again, I live way below my means, but I mean, to be selling off handbags on your Instagram story, it's just like, I mean,
And not even in good condition.
Buying your wig. I mean, it's really like, and you have children, again, you have children that are watching this, the 911 calls, like they have to go to school. Like I think Kim's played it all wrong. I don't see how anyone could be having a worse year because she's putting all this shit out there for what? She did land one reality show, you're right. And if she ends up with Chet Hanks, I will take this all back. And my Lord, she has, I mean, my God, a queen who has secured herself a $500 million inheritance. But I highly doubt it.
Honey, well, does Tom Hanks have other? Yeah, he has other kids too.
He does. He has 3. And one son's an actor, and then Chet Hanks. And I feel like they have a daughter that's maybe out of the business, but.
Well, listen, you're not going to be taking anything back because she ain't securing no Chet Hanks, okay? She's with Croy. That's it. And look, the thing about these list guys is we listen to each other's valid points. So look, if I had to do it all over again, maybe I would, I don't know if I'd move Melon Ball to the best, but I would take her off. I think, Kim, if I really thought about it, would probably be higher on my list. I think she wasn't because I don't expect any better. This is such a controversial. Guys, my best of was Erica Jane. So this is such a controversial. This person was on your best of list. The difference between this person and Bethany is so confused, but Bethany has so much money. So this is all a joke to her because she could bounce back. My heart broke for number 3, Brandi Glanville. My heart broke for Brandi. My heart breaks for the number 1 person. It's Nene Leakes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. To me, she is my worst of this year. I'm going to tell you why.
Well, people are going to come for me putting on the best because she's another one that's very, very lost.
Here's the deal. She's very lost. The best interview of her I've never heard Nene do a better interview than she did with Carlos King. That should be it. You should say, I will not speak on any of this ever again. It's wrapped up with a bow. Now, I have heard from multiple sources that Nene was not convinced she should do the interview with Bethany. I have heard that from many sources. I have heard she went back and forth. Well, yeah, back and forth. So then you agree to do it when your gut told you not to. You also, this is not a neutral term. You're up there in Greenwich. She then went to Greenwich to Bethany's house. That's where the interview took place. So now you're traveling to this woman's house, which is on her turf. And then I keep going back to the same thing. She was with Carlos. It was so great because she felt safe. She felt comfortable. She did not feel comfortable with Bethany. She felt defensive. She felt like, oh shit, what did I do? And then the worst is when Bethany's saying, well, you were downgraded that season because you weren't going to take the money. And she's like, what? Nene is saying to Bethany that is not, you are saying something about my life. That's not true. And Bethany won't give up. And Nene just rolls over and plays dead and is like, okay, whatever. Where is the Miss Lenithia Leakes, that is the number 1 housewife that apparently built the house? She built the house. I agree. We don't want white refrigerators because of her. She changed the game. She is a legend. Yes, she went on YouTube after the Bethany show and got some coins. Where is the Nene Leakes YouTube 3-day-a-week show? My offer to her still stands. Call me. Let's do recaps of Atlanta. Carlos is now going to steal my idea, I am sure, and it's going to be Nene and Carlos. The point is, girl, you should be like making money. You have a smart, and I just think Nene is lost, and my heart goes out to her as much as it goes out to Brandy. But to me, it's like you're on this list because you're having a bad year. That's the worst stuff. That's what it is. She seems lost. I agree after Greg. Nothing personal. Get it back, Nene. This is a wake-up call. You're my number one worst. You are a legend. Get it back, girl.
Legend.
Pull it together. You've got me so riled up, Sarah.
All right.
Oh
what
my
a full
gosh.
episode.
Guys, I'm sorry. We had to be honest. Sarah, I'm going to
Okay.
see you soon. We have one more list for you guys coming soon.
Good one. All right.
People are going to love these lists so much. They're going to want us to do this every fucking week.
I know.
Oh
Which I'm
my
happy
God.
to, because I could
This
come up
is
with a million
fun.
other
This is fun, girl.
We didn't even rate the husbands, best and worst husband. We could do that. The men.
Okay, guess what? Guys, if you like this, you tell everyone to listen. If this charts well, because all I care about is the numbers.
All the numbers.
I like your best of and worst of husbands. Oh my God, that's such a good idea. All right.